What's going on, everybody? Welcome to your daily horoscope for Wednesday, October 21st, 2020. Brian here, Fixed Air Moon, keeping the collective fixed on astrology. I appreciate you for being here. Hope you're having a great week so far. It is Mercury Day, kind of a day where a lot of information could be coming in quick and we got to make decisions. It's also the last full day of Libra season. So we're going to be entering Scorpio tomorrow. So, it's extreme, and I think it's extremes of people, and there's a lot in the chart that are, suggesting people and relationships are evolving in a big way, and I think we have to look at that. So the sun's going to move to 29 degrees here in Libra. It's, finishing up, and, the last degree of any sign is pretty intense, and, when we're dealing with Libra, we're really dealing with the other people and dealing with other opinions and polarities. And, I think we're all trying to find a balance and understanding and kind of, have some sort of diplomacy in our lives, if you will. So we got to be able to see things from a middle ground, and that's where the balance is. And the more we're one side or the other, I think we're going to, feel unbalanced. So we got to pay attention to that. The sun's also, right in the middle of the nodes in Venus who are coming off that square. So we're getting a semi-square to Venus, so I would say there's a little tension in relationships. And I think in overall, like whether it's love relationships, partnerships, friendships, any sort of relationship with other people in our lives, we have to see if it's like pure and coming from, a place that's trying to find balance and harmony. And I think that's kind of the beauty. Venus is also going to exactly trine Pluto. I think we're all trying to evolve with people and relationships in our life right now. And we got to set, the structures in place to transform and make things more beautiful. And I think that is a big key today, is to really, accept the transformation and let things, metamorphosize the way they're supposed to and the way that God intended. Scorpio season is very Plutonian, and I think we're all taking steps in evolution, and we're all going to be looking really deep, and relationships have to be on that same vibe, so that we can all progress. The moon in Capricorn, it's just going to move in there late last night, early this morning, depending on where you are, and it's going to be making a really nice trine to Uranus. So again, are we, emotionally taking steps forward, and are we looking into the future, and are we doing that with the right people, and are we, balancing values and, North Node Geminiing it? Are we, weighing in everything and being objective and, maybe not just so much, that moon in detriment in Capricorn. It could just want the structure and everything has to line up. And I think we have to look towards the future of what we want to line up moving forward, and, make sure that relationships are on that and all that. The sun is really, it is also semi-square the south node and sessi-quadrant the north node. I think we're at extremes, where, we got to be stimulated. And I think we got to go deep and figure out, how we can be stimulated without just, hammering other people with our own beliefs. And putting people in a way of feeling negative about their beliefs. I don't think that's going to solve anything. I think it's more about, the more people that could just accept other people have different beliefs and different opinions, the better off, there's balance there. You're going to find people naturally, in a Uranian sort of disconnect from what you don't believe in what you believe in, stand in your independence and your freedom and your sovereignty, and people on that vibe they're going to find you. And I think that today's a big day to step into that energy. This moon's also going to square Chiron. So again, it's people could be putting out some really heavy emotions and really projecting their opinions and their identities, and we have to, today just has that kind of heavy feel to it, where we got to be able to take what's true, and true is different for everybody, right? We all have our own truth, and I think the more aligned you are with natural truths, natural law, the more harmony you're going to find. I'm going to be honest, because these man-made structural Capricornian laws are, I don't know, they they look like over time here they're on their way out. So it's almost like if you can make the leap now to kind of step out of that system, you're probably going to find more balance and harmony. And the more you stay in that system, the more you're kind of going to be in these like man-made beliefs that are going to cause strife. And I don't know, we'll see, but that's the vibe I get from this. And we'll see. So, Mercury retrograde, still in Scorpio. I would say that, we're still trying to uncover a lot. It is off the opposition fully to Uranus. So I think we're able to find those deep values and release any obsessions that we don't want to take into the future. And it's been brought clear. And, towards the end of the week on Sunday, when we get, I guess the beginning of next week on Sunday, we get that Sun and Mercury Cazimi, which I think is really going to imprint what we've learned with this Mercury and Scorpio into our mind of what we truly desire and where the soul wants to go, and more so soul desires instead of just physical desires. Like, what does your soul really want? And what does your soul really believe in? And do we need to align that more with the mind to find that harmony? So I think, there's a lot of that in play too. And I would say it's just, it is kind of an intense day, but it's a day filled with a lot of other people polarities, and relationships are a big deal. I think that, you're going to know, if you don't already, which you probably do, if relationships aren't on the vibe. I would say that, like, there's something about Uranus saying, like, don't try and fix something like that you don't have control over, right? We only have control over ourselves. We can't fix other people. And it's not to say that other people are broken. It's just like different levels of soul evolution. And, when you start to really tune into natural laws and your intuition, you start to understand that, we're all not supposed to be on the same level at any given time in space. And, we have to understand that and see people, for their own soul and their own evolution. And that doesn't mean we have to take it and make it ours. And that doesn't mean we have to put them down. It just, it's kind of an aspect of grace. It's like we need to find grace, and grace is harmony. And, it's about observing and being aware of everything that's going on. But, do we have to interfere with it? Questions you got to ask yourself, I guess. Card for the day is another page, the Page of Pentacles reversed. We pulled the Page of Pentacles upright yesterday from a different deck. So I would say it's more about, finding the message and living your message and being curious of the messages. And if we're not willing to, take all the polarities in, we might actually miss something important because, we have a lot to learn from other people. It's not about shutting people out. I think, we definitely could learn a lot. And it could change our reality, and it could change the way we want to make things happen. But, you got to be, I would say, objective and hear all the sides to make that true aligned opinion for yourself that, is on that vibration and could be part of your truth. So I would say it's just that kind of day. So we have to take a lot of information in and, be willing to understand it and see both sides and not just turn things away and whatever may come. We got presidential debates coming up tomorrow, so I think it's going to be an intense time. A lot of polarities, and if you want balance, you have to be able to objectify what vibes with you and what doesn't. And that doesn't mean putting anybody down. That doesn't mean forcing your truth down someone's throat. It just means, being in your truth, putting your messages out there, taking the messages that come in, but being able to find a middle ground. And, if you have to walk away from a conversation, you have to walk away from a conversation. There's no shame in that. So I love you all very much. I hope you have a great Wednesday, and I will see you tomorrow. Take care.